Hey guys, Dr. Dex here. Today I want to talk to you about a really cool saw that we use and we're using more and more and more on our job sites, and that's the Metabo HPT 36 volt multi-volt rear handle saw. This thing is like 2 pounds lighter than the competition. So we keep finding ourselves like, we have a couple of DeWalt saws on our site as well. So we've gone to all cordless rear handle saws for most of our framing purposes and cutting purposes when we need this type of saw. But for some reason, man, this saw is so friggin' light. Go out and get yourself one. You can get the tool only at Lowe's for $199 right now, which is an incredible value, especially for what they're putting out on this saw. It's got plenty of power and some nice features, and we'll go over those in a minute. I just wanna make sure I didn't miss anything as far as the description. Multi-volt, lithium ion, 7 1/4 inch brushless cordless rear handle circular saw. Tool only, $199 at Lowe's. I know there's some other online outlets as well. I don't know how much the full kit is gonna cost you, probably around $349 to $399. I would assume, if you're getting a charger and a battery. I gotta tell you right now, without any other BS, I go to this saw, if it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I've got a yellow saw and a blue saw and a green saw sitting on my table, it's a no-brainer, man. I'm grabbing this one. It's so much more light, and it has the power just like the other saws, and it cuts just as accurately as those other colors do as well, except you're not gonna get as much fatigue as you do with some of the other saws. Okay, another thing I really do like, at least for deck building, is they put the rafter hook at the top of the saw. So it's just really natural for you just to drop it down when you're going to put it on a rafter, boom, it's right there. It's just like, you don't have to twist the saw, it's just a natural movement that you make when you put it down. So I really like that. There's a handle on the top, obviously. Sometimes I use something like that. Sometimes I'm thumbing the corner of my plate. Another thing I really like, this is all magnesium. Magnesium plate, magnesium housing right here. It does come with an adapter for a vacuum or a suction device if you want to put that on there. Some guys tape these off. If I get sick of it, sometimes I will too. You know, it just is what it is. The depth of cut, you can go down to, it looks about, what's it say here? 2 inches, maybe 2 1/4. Let me grab a tape measure and we'll verify that for you. I don't want to put out the wrong information. Okay, according to this DeWalt tape measure, we got 2.5. So we can get through 2.5 inches of material in one swipe. All right, so I assume if you put this on a 45, here's your tilt. You can go to a 45, but it actually looks like you can go all the way up to 53 degrees. Okay, so there's a locker at 45, which is great. Now I bet you your depth of cut now is probably 1 5/8. Ooh, 1 3/4. Good deal. So if you're cutting 45-degree angles, and if you push down, or excuse me, push up on the lever, you can get to a 53-degree angle instead of a 45-degree angle on your cuts. So that's kind of nice. All right, but for now, we're just gonna keep it at 90 or 0 degrees. There's also a couple of line indicators right here. One is for when you're cutting on 0 degrees, and one's when you're cutting on a 45 degree. It kind of helps you if you have longer cuts to make. You can continue the run right through this guide. You can also put a squid jig on this right here if you have multiple rip cuts where you're cutting things down to a specific width. You can definitely hook one onto this right here. There's also a place where you can get aftermarket parts. If you want to put a rip fence on here, it does not come with one, but you can obtain one, and then a set screw right here. The one thing I'm disappointed about this saw, as far as my knowledge, I haven't read the manual, but I did study this saw pretty good, and I do not see a place to keep the onboard blade changing tool. So I do like the fact that this is a nut, and a hex head, an Allen key will also loosen this. And you don't have to put a knockout in it to put the blade on. You can just, any 7 1/4 inch blade with a circular hole will go on this saw. So there's your guard, and then your lever right here for adjusting the depth of your cut can easily be adjusted and locked down like that. So enough about the saw. Let's make a couple cuts right here in the end grain of this beam, and we'll see how it does. That's a full-blown 2.5 inch cut. Going through knots, going through pressure-treated hemlock, all the whole 9 yards. Here we go. I'm gonna do it again. There is a safety switch right here. It can be operated with your thumb or your forefinger. Sometimes it takes a minute. It will become more natural to you as you use the saw. That's just something you kind of get used to. Some guys actually tape those out, lock them out. I don't suggest doing that because it is a safety feature. So right now I cannot pull the trigger unless I depress this button right here. And you can go either way with it. Just depends on how you cut, okay? Obviously, this is a better saw for a right-handed person. I'm ambidextrous, so I can cut with right or left. I do it often with different saws, depending on what I'm trying to achieve. But for a right-handed saw, this is my go-to type of saw that I like to use. And this is the brand that I will use over others. The batteries last a long time. They usually cost less than other competitors' brands. And it's a great fit for our job site trailer. So thanks for watching this, guys. If you like what you saw or you want to see some more testing done with this saw, let us know. Hit us up, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. That's the most important thing you can do for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.